Hey guys, it's David from DealMachine, and I'm here with Lupi G and Joshua Johnson T. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing good?
Doing great. This is day 3 of the DealMachine TAKEOVER from Lupi G. He's in town. He was celebrating Elise's birthday this weekend. Did you have a good time?
Man, I had a blast. I had so much fun, and definitely gonna come back soon.
What was your favorite part of the weekend?
My favorite part of the weekend was seeing that Elise really knows how to sing.
Yeah, she does. That was a surprise to me too.
She knows how to sing. So
we did karaoke.
Yeah, we did karaoke. Elise knows how to sing, and she knows a lot of songs.
So does Josh. He's pretty good too.
That was good.
Josh done a lot of singing. Like he was singing.
Lupi says I've done a lot, but not that I'm good. Like at least.
Man, Josh was singing almost the whole time we went up in there, and man, the selection was so diverse. I was like, man, how do y'all even know all these songs? So I definitely had fun.
Yeah, we had a fun time, and I wanted to take the opportunity while you were here to have you explain like how you got into wholesaling, because you've been doing it since January.
Correct.
And I know you've done several deals, and a few of them have been through DealMachine.
Correct.
And I was curious, how did you get involved with that? And then how did you maybe walk us through maybe like that first one to start with on like how did it all go down?
So basically my first closing was actually my 4th deal. So that was actually a DealMachine property that I had put in my DealMachine app, which just so happened to be a property that I already knew about and had a little history with. It was actually a property on the next street from my grandmother's street.
Okay.
So
in Houston.
Right, in Houston, Texas. So if y'all don't know, I am in the Houston market. I am in Houston, Texas. And it was a house that I was kind of familiar with. It was a guy that had stayed in the house. He used to do like work for the church and stuff like that. So he would always be walking back and forth. And I had been knowing of him and seeing him almost my whole life. So out the blue, he disappeared. And by this time, I DealMachined the property. I was already using DealMachine for about a month or so, and I was DealMachining and I was using the hottest zip codes. Mm-hmm. So that area was one of the hottest zip codes, but it wasn't one of the top zip codes. Mm-hmm. So what I was doing, I was kind of working around the area that I grew up in as far as other zip codes, and that's why I had this deal as my 4th deal that I closed first. So I actually had couple other properties that I already had under contract at this time, and I was actually doing more driving for dollars like in other zip codes now that I kind of got out the hottest zip codes. So I actually got this property in my DealMachine app because I was wondering where this guy named Jerry had went, and the house was out the blue boarded up. Mm-hmm. And like the house had never been boarded up, so I really like kind of wondering what happened to Jerry, because I would see Jerry on a daily basis. So come to find out, I was actually dripping, and if y'all don't know what dripping is like periodically following up on leads so they won't get cold.
Drip drip.
Right, drip drip. So don't believe that your leads are cold until you get an answer that is cold, meaning, hey, don't call me, or hey, I'm not selling. So I was actually dripping on this property, which was for about a month. So it was I DealMachined the house maybe like in February or something like that, and by the time March had came, I actually got in touch with the owner. Mm-hmm. And the actual owner was his brother. And his brother was an absentee owner, and he was out of the city. So he actually stayed in Dallas, Texas. Mm-hmm. Dallas, Texas is further north from Houston, which is like 4 hours away. So I built a rapport with him. He told me that he wanted to sell the property because he was tired of dealing with the taxes. At this moment, the house was behind like $47,000. No, it was behind like $45,000 on taxes.
1,000?
Right, since like 1998. Right. So this property was delinquent on taxes since 1998, and it was like $45,000 in the hole. It already went through litigation once already, but it didn't go through the whole follow through process of going through a foreclosure. because the house was actually free and clear. So it was just steady turning over as far as taxes, and it was about to go into litigation again. So I didn't know that that the property was actually behind on taxes. I just knew it was boarded up, and I was trying to figure out what was going on with the house. Find out that it was behind on taxes. He was ready to sell the house. He didn't really want much money for it, so all he wanted was like a few thousand.
Yeah.
A few meaning like he wanted like 3,000. So that was what he wanted to walk away with. So I was like, okay, cool. So I ended up bargaining the price to about $47,000 or $48,000 with the seller, and got him under contract for like $47,000 or $48,000. Got him under contract, sent the agreement to the title company, and then the next thing you know, I end up finding out like, okay, he still owe a few more dollars in taxes once I got the final payout. So once I figured out that I could actually sell the property, I actually went to the property and put a sign in front of the yard. Like how you see the realtor signs, I actually have a sign with my business logo on it and my number only. It don't say for sale or anything, it just have my business logo and stuff on it. So I set that sign in the front yard and went to the grocery store. So within an hour or so of me leaving the property, I had got a call from a reverend in that same area that had knew about the owner of the property and stuff like that. And he was like, "Are you selling the house?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's available if you like to purchase it." So he's like, "Man, how was you able to get this property? I knew it was behind on taxes and stuff." So I kind of let him know that you don't have to worry about any of that. He was asking me what I wanted for the property. I told him 65. So he ended up talking me down to 62. So I was like, cool, because the spread was still there for me to make 15,000. So I was like, cool. And this was like 2 hours. So within me setting my sign out the property, I really sold this property in 2 hours, but it took me 9 days to close.
Yeah.
So he wanted to meet with me to give me the earnest deposit, but he wanted to make sure my contract was good. Okay. Which I was perfectly fine with that. Yeah. At this moment, I wasn't familiar with using the standard TREC contract, which is the Texas real estate contract for Texas. So I was actually using a simple one-page agreement. So he just wanted to make sure that was a good contract, and that he wasn't just giving away his money, because it was a $2,500 earnest deposit.
Yeah.
So he was just trying to make sure everything was good. He let his lawyer look over it. They gave him a thumbs up. Property sold as is. Just the deposit was non-refundable. He wasn't worried about that because he wanted the property. You was about to ask me something?
Yeah. How did this property not get sold at a tax auction? Because usually if it's a couple years, somebody else can buy the rights, pay the taxes for them, and take over the property.
The crazy thing is that in Houston, if you live in Houston and you go and you get the delinquent list, the delinquent properties on the CD, it goes back to like 1965 or something like that. It goes all the way back. So it has all the delinquent taxes. And what I would tell people, if y'all get that type of information and it's raw data, definitely go 2 years and back as far as when you're doing your delinquent taxes and you're trying to find these properties. And I was actually list stacking without knowing it. That's the crazy thing, how they tell you about list stacking, but I don't know how they can be going that long without paying taxes, because like I said, on the CD, it's people going back to like 1960s that are delinquent on taxes.
It's a long time.
Right, so I don't know what type of laws Texas have, but they just not taking your property, I guess. So like I said, this property was delinquent on taxes since 1998.
Yeah. Wow.
And it was like 40-some thousand, and like I said, I got him to like 47,000 as far as the agreement. Yeah. Which still gave him like 3,000 on for him to walk away. So once the Reverend gave me the earnest deposit for the property, and it was like everything's moving so fast. He was like, I can close within a day or two. So I actually closed this property so fast to where that I even drove to Dallas with the closing documents to get the documents signed because I wanted to close that Friday. So Thursday I drove almost to Dallas, like damn 3 hours. Drove out there to get the closing documents signed because if not, then he would have to sign it, then mail it because they have to have the original.
For sure.
Right.
So man, I tore that highway up for that money, and we ended up getting a final payout, and it ended up being $500 extra. No, $1,000 extra, which put him at walking away with like $1,500. So I told him that. He was like, man, you told me you was gonna give me $2,000. So I told my escrow agent, like, hey, what happened and why we got this extra tax? She told me what happened. So I was like, cool, it was for attorney fees. So I said, you know what, just give him $500 out my money. So I was actually supposed to get $15,000 out the deal, but I ended up getting $14,500.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Right, I just wanted to keep my word and
Absolutely.
make sure he was cool because he didn't want nothing but a couple thousand. And I was making all that money off his property.
Yeah.
So I gave him $500 off my property. And that was my first deal that I closed, and then after that, the second deal that I closed was actually my third deal.
Third one that you had under contract, and then you sold it.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then my second contract, and then my first contract came next. So it was like backwards.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So as of right now, I have actually closed on like four properties. Yeah, four or five properties just as of using DealMachine as of right now.
That's awesome.
And yeah. So
have you plugged them all in your ROI graph?
And that's what I was doing yesterday. So
Okay.
I still have a couple more that I have to do.
Yeah.
So I definitely know now that you can go and you can put, okay, what was this, a wholesale deal, and you know, what did you basically get the property under contract for? Then what was your walkaway price? Now that I know that, I'm definitely gonna make sure I'm putting that in there so y'all can see that how DealMachine is working for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's for you to know.
Right. Yeah. We're
And
kind of.
yeah, would love to see it if you want to put it in there.
Yeah, so I want them to see, you know, my progress and what DealMachine is doing for me. I don't know about y'all, but I want them to see it. I want them to see what DealMachine is doing for me. So, hey, I definitely want to show y'all that. And I was actually telling David, I was telling David to check out my Instagram, my DealMachine portion of the app, because I want him to see how much space I cover up in Houston, because Houston is super big. And I do a lot of DealMachine. So right now, and I do all my DealMachine myself. I actually have like 31, close to 3,200 properties in my DealMachine app.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, I do a lot of DealMachine.
A lot of DealMachine.
And
And sometimes you walk your dog and they get exercise.
Right.
It's not only are you driving, but you're doing it when you're walking
for dollars
right?
also. And I actually DealMachine my uncle's house.
Why'd you DealMachine your uncle's house?
Cause he still have mint green paint.
He hasn't updated his house yet, guys.
Mint green paint is like from like the 70s, so I DealMachine the house just because of that. So I'm a DealMachine your house is like I take it seriously. I'm a DealMachine your house. I DealMachine my own uncle's house. You need to get rid of the green paint.
What's the craziest house that you've DealMachined? Because I saw you DealMachine another house because you wanted this car.
Right, so I have multiple reasons why I would DealMachine a property, and I definitely want to do like a free I'm a DealMachine your house training for people, especially those that are using my promo code. You know, I want to show them some type of value and get them some type of value back. So I want to actually put together I'm a DealMachine your house free training to where I show them why I would DealMachine a house, because everybody actually goes for the distressed look.
Yeah.
But I have multiple reasons why I would DealMachine a house, like what you were saying, like the house with the Nova in front.
Yeah.
I was wondering why would he have the Nova in the driveway? He have a 2-car garage. So I DealMachined his house. Reached out to him. I really wasn't worried about the house. I was kind of worried about the car, but I still asked him about the house. And I did ask him about the car. The car wasn't for sale. So yeah, man. I actually DealMachined the house. that was almost it ended up being a deal also. I haven't closed on that property yet, but it was actually a property that had one string of Christmas lights on it. And at the time it was
July,
like,
right?
yeah, it was like May or June at the time. And I ended up getting that property under contract, and that property was almost like live-in ready.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was at a nice discount. So I'm actually still working on the process of trying to get that one closed on also. So definitely having multiple reasons why you would DealMachine a house would definitely work. I wouldn't just go for the distressed look at all.
How much money? I know you've got a goal of doing $100,000 in wholesale fees, right, before November.
Correct.
So how far along are you so far?
So right about now, I'm probably about a good between $35,000 away.
Okay.
As far as what I have created so far, with my
Oh, you're 38,000 away. So you've done about a little over 60.
Right.
That's great.
Right, and I actually have done a few splits with people that want to know how to use the DealMachine app. So I actually have a partner that we met on Instagram. She said, I see you taking action, and I just want to know how you use the DealMachine. And she wanted to actually come and ride with me and see how I was using DealMachine. Her name is It's Really Rhonda on Instagram. So yeah, y'all follow her. She's a cool girl.
What is it?
It's Really Rhonda.
It's really Rhonda.
Right.
Really
So she had ended up getting in a call with me, and we ended up getting our first, second, and third contract together. So remember, I was telling y'all I closed my fourth deal first, and then my third, second, and then first and second came after that. Our first 3 contracts was together, and that was with her getting in the call with me and me showing her how to drive for dollars. And I had DealMachine the property, and called them, and she got her first check.
That's awesome.
So our first closing, we actually split 10,000. She got 5, I got 5, and then we had a couple of closings after that for 2 other properties, which was our first and second deal. So our third deal closed first for us, but I had closed my 4th deal first for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually came into the business making sure I provide value, and anybody
Super generous of you to do that split.
Right, anybody that just said they wanted to actually learn how to use the app or whatever, actually got in a call with me, rolled around a little bit, and actually got contracts together and split the profit. And she's not the only one. I actually helped a couple other people get their first deal, and that was just with driving for dollars with me, getting in a call with me. And I actually split the profit with them, and they didn't have to do anything but just make a phone call while we was running around to see if they wanted to sell it. And I really took care of the rest, and then took care of finding a buyer and close.
Love it. How much have you spent on DealMachine? Do you have any idea?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I haven't been keeping up with it. I know as far as my month-to-month stuff. So.
Or how many properties have you put in there and mailed? That might be a good.
Oh man, shoot, that's a hard question. Cause I was mailing for a while, then I kind of slowed down on mailing because I wasn't mailing the right way. And that's another thing I wanted to show people that's using DealMachine is how to mail the right way. And because you can actually start getting a lot of returns if you're not watching how you're mailing and watching your cause if y'all don't know, when y'all use the DealMachine app, you actually put your mailing campaign on repeat. And if you're not paying attention to if you're getting stuff returned back due to the fact that it has nothing to do with DealMachine, it's gonna actually be about the property owner that you're trying to get in contact with, and you start getting those return postcards, you want to know what's the next step to do as far as enhancing your search to get with these people. And I had to learn how to do that. So I have spent some money with DealMachine as far as with postcards. And I'm gonna spend a lot more because I came out here and I'm sending postcards out here in Indianapolis. We actually went drive for dollars, and trying to see if I can close me a couple deals out here in Indianapolis.
Man, I hope you do, and I want you to come back out, and find some more properties. Definitely help you close some, and it's been awesome to have you share that story with us.
Yeah,
it's been really fast. I can't believe how fast it's happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Cause I was we end up getting cool. Everybody that don't know, we end up getting cool because I was actually promoting DealMachine, telling everybody I'm a DealMachine at their house, and I was actually promoting DealMachine like I made the app, and he took a liking to me, and another friend of ours named T. Rob, aka Tony the Closer, actually made a lot of this stuff possible to where that now me and my boy David have basically built the brotherhood, and now me and my brother Josh, then we basically done built the brotherhood, and I'm extremely grateful and thankful, man. DealMachine has been just not only just a game changer for me, it's been a lifesaver, and it actually been just helping me as a person grow. And if y'all don't know, we actually shot a commercial in July.
We did.
Which was super fun. So we're gonna make sure y'all, if y'all haven't been staying in tune, y'all gonna have to go actually look at this commercial, man. We had a lot of fun shooting this commercial, and we shot it in July, actually preparing for the It's Our Turn 100K Club event that's happening November the 8th and November the 9th in Las Vegas. And you will be there.
I'll be there. Josh will be there too.
I'll be there. Elise will be there as well.
Yeah, so the DealMachine family will be there, and y'all see this shirt right here, so I am representing DealMachine also, so I am DealMachine family also, so yeah, the DealMachine family will definitely be there, and hopefully we'll be able to provide as much value to y'all, and we're going to continue to make sure we're providing awesome content for y'all also. So, hey man, this is another one, man. Day 3, DealMachine Takeover. We have David Lecco, we have Lupi G, and we have Joshua Johnson T.
It's got a nice ring to it.
It does.
Hey, it does, it does. So yeah, we're gonna holler at y'all later, y'all.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.